How to avoid recency bias in fantasy football. Have you ever made a decision in fantasy football based on a player's last game, only to regret it later? That's recency bias at play. This bias can lead you to overvalue a player's recent performance while ignoring their overall track record. To make better decisions, it's essential to balance recent data with historical performance. Start by looking at a player's performance over multiple games or even seasons. For example, if a running back scores several touchdowns in one game, it can be tempting to think they are a breakout star. However, if that performance is an outlier compared to their usual stats, it may be risky to overvalue them. On the flip side, players with a solid history but a recent slump shouldn't be discarded too quickly. Using objective metrics can help you assess player value more accurately. Look at season averages, usage rates, injury history, and their role within the team's offense. Avoid making decisions based solely on emotional reactions to recent highlights or poor performances. Incorporating game theory and psychology can also be beneficial. Many fantasy managers fall victim to recency bias, creating opportunities for savvy players. If a player is undervalued after a few bad games, they might be a great trade target. Conversely, be cautious about overpaying for players who have recently performed well but may not have a sustainable role. Here are some practical strategies to help you avoid recency bias. First, keep a player evaluation notebook or spreadsheet. Track performance over time instead of relying on memory or recent news. Second, set personal rules, like waiting at least 2 or 3 games before reacting to a player's performance change. Consulting consensus rankings and expert analysis can provide a broader context. Look for sources that consider the entire season rather than just recent weeks. Lastly, be aware of your emotional impulses. Question whether recent performances truly reflected a player's future potential. By grounding your decisions in comprehensive data and resisting the urge to focus too much on recent events, you can make more strategic choices. This will improve your chances of success throughout the fantasy football season.